Hello, and today we're going to go over what does it look like when we have a batch screening or a wealth screening when we own the software. So let's take a look. The reason we want to do a batch screenings separate our large donors from our medium-sized donors from our small donors. We can see to whom the donors give to, what is their largest singular gift, what organizations do they sponsor, how many gifts are they giving to outside organizations, do they sit on a nonprofit, are they a part of a board of directors, do they have a family foundation in their own name, if they give to arts, if they give to higher ed, if they give to lower ed. As you can see from the slide, we cover about 35 different third-party affiliations. We also do something called a RFM score, which is a recency, frequency, and money score. We compare your internal gifts with outside third-party nonprofits that you're not aware of, and we compare how much they're giving to you and how much they're giving to outside third-party nonprofits. The RFM score allows you to find out if they like you, or they're dormant, or they actually like other nonprofits over yours. And when you found a donor that you would like to make a deep dive with, you click a button and it opens something called the individual profile. Here we give the donor a rating 1 through 5. We tell you how much money they have supported to nonprofits, how much money they have made in donations politically, how much real estate they have, if they have stock with SEC, and then we give a few brackets of wealth, rating them as a large donor or a medium-sized donor. And are they most likely with an RFM score to make a donation to you? The most important part about this file is the ask amount. We give you the ask amount that you're supposed to ask the donor for today, and we also give you a 5-year capital campaign gift based off their wealth. We tap into social media like LinkedIn and Twitter. We also have a third-party affiliation with Crunchbase, which allows us to look up professional organizations that your donor is associated with. And of course, our secret sauce is the largest library of annual reports. So now we can identify by name to whom your donor is sponsoring and how much money are they making in donations, and is this a cumulative gift, or is this a capital campaign gift, is this a grant, or is this an annual gift? We also look into political gifts, state and federal, and we have the FEC link as well. What we found is that political donations are a greater indication of wealth than wealth itself. We have every deed in the United States of America. If your donor owns a property, then it's very, very likely that we have the deed. We also look at grant giving and grant receiving foundations. Is your donor a owner of a foundation in their namesake? Do they make donations to other nonprofits through their family foundation, or do they sit on a board of a foundation and make donations to nonprofits like yourself? If your donor owns a family foundation, we will tell you how much money they are giving to other nonprofits and the year associated to that gift. The software also allows you to make changes or add donations or delete donations. A red star means there's a name match, but it's highly likely it is not your donor. But in this case, it actually is your donor. Your donor is making donations very far from their house. So we mark the donation as likely incorrect. We also connect you to their work emails and work affiliations as well. If you need to make personal notes to your team, we've got you covered. We have plenty different note sections that are available inside of the software. If your donor is extremely wealthy and is connected to WealthX or a third-party company like that, we will identify them and show you the different properties that they have, the amounts of the properties, and you can make notes of that or make changes to that as well. We actually have every SEC stock transaction. If your donor is a Fortune 500 CEO or owns their own large company and must trade publicly, we have all the stock transactions. How much money they own in stock, how many stock shares they have. We also know if they have been awarded stock or do they award nonprofit stock as well. We also have biographical data, like how old they are, what ethnicity they are, what religious background are they, do they like gardening, fishing, golfing, are they ex-military. We have all that beneficial information which helps you before you pick up the phone. Just check into the biographical data to find out what you're going to open the conversation with. As you can see from the website, we're very open with our pricing. The software itself costs annually $1,695, and each record screen costs 20 cents per record screen. You have an unlimited manual lookups or one-off searches. Those are unlimited. You may also have unlimited seats, which means people who can use the software. Each nonprofit receives one username and one passcode, and then you may share that with your nonprofit, as many people as you wish. Included with your wealth screening, we have something called an executive summary. This is kind of like a top 10 of your batch screening. We take a look at the different demographics of your donors. What location are they located in? Where in the United States are they located in? To whom do they like to give? So this is very important information, because you know your donor has made donations to you, but you're really not aware of who's winning in a 20-mile radius. You're not sure of who your donors are actually giving to, and to whom do they like to sponsor more. Is it higher ed or lower ed? Is it the arts? An executive summary breaks that down. A really important feature to understand is that 88% of your money comes from 12% of your donors. And if you don't know who the 12% of your donors actually are, then that's why you need to do a batch screening. Yes, we're aware of a few of our donors or certain donors, but we're not aware of all of the donors. We don't know to whom they're giving to outside of our organization. And usually there's millions of dollars left on the table. Every 14 months, on average, $11 million is going out the door. From this file, we can see that almost 8% of their donors are wealthy donors who have not made a gift to them. We'll introduce you to the popular charitable organizations. This isn't the big money file. This is the organization that's winning. Small gifts, but there are several medium to smaller size gifts. This is who they like. The executive summary explains which of your donors are very likely to make a large donation and which of your donors are not very likely at all to make a large donation. Here we have political donations. This is great information because now you know if your donors are Republicans or are they Democrats? It's always nice to know who your competition is. Are your donors supporting higher ed? Are they supporting the arts? Are they supporting religious organizations? When you do a batch screening and your type of organization, let's say you were a museum, and you showed up in last place, meaning your donors like to give to higher ed over the arts, it's very telling really where you are in the community as far as your nonprofit is concerned. And of course, we break down everybody's favorite, which is capacity. What is this donor likely to support me with? If they were going to give me a donation, how much would it be roughly? Thanks for checking the video out. And once again, this is what it looks like when you own the software and you do a batch screening. So it's $1,695 for the software, 20 cents per record screen when you do a batch screening. One-off manual searches are free. Look for the other videos on the website, what it looks like to look up your donors on a one-off search.